Alright, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Continuing on our fast track. Glad y'all could join me. If you have done so, if not, well, it doesn't matter because you're not watching it anyway. The donate links are there. Please support that, the GoFundMe.com/Abu Hafsa Dawah Fund. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that as the month goes on. But basically, I'm not going to lie to you. This is how I support my family. I speak. This is what I do. 75% of blind people in North America are unemployed. I've been given a talent that Allah has blessed me with. I'm using it in my community to speak. So my speaking is how I feed myself and my family. So if y'all could support that, I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm not making up any, fictitious charity that doesn't exist. Abu Hafsa Dawah Fund is exactly that. It's the fund that we use to invite people to the way of worshiping their creator instead of the creation. If you want to support that, please do so. PayPal.me/Abu Hafsa. GoFundMe.com/Abu Hafsa Dawah Fund. Anyway, keeping within our Quran topic of the last episode, I get a lot of messages from people that have a concern, and they say things to me, and they're right to a certain degree. They'll tell you that, or they'll tell me, and I'm telling you, that the Quran is difficult. The Quran is hard. The Quran is in a different language. The Quran is not easy for us to learn in the Quran, and so on and so on and so on. And these are from people who don't speak the Arabic language. Even some of the Arabs will tell you that tajweed is difficult, and so on and so forth. Anyway, I want to just show you something. When I became a new Muslim, and some of you may know this story already, and that's fine if you do, I was born, of course, without my eyesight, had no way of reading the Quran at all. Didn't know how I was going to read it. Alhamdulillah, a brother had sent me a Braille, which is the 6-dot system that we use to read, a Braille copy of the Quran. So I get in I go from my house to where he lives. It's quite far from me. I'm on a bus, 45 minutes to an hour. I'm so excited because I really wanted to have this book that I could read, MashaAllah. And I get to his house and he has this box. Now my Quran, any of you who've seen it know that it fits in a box. There are 6 volumes of it, depending on how much I have 3 of them actually. I have 2 that have 6 volumes, sorry. And I have one that has 30 volumes. Every juz is one book. Like this here. This is, I don't know if you can see it. I hope I'm holding it right. This is one juz of the Quran in Braille. This right here. This book right here. Alright? It's, I don't know how many pages is it. All total. Let me do a page count for you guys. It is in Braille about 41 pages. Maybe a little bit more than that. 41 pages. Now your juz of Quran is, a few pages, mashallah. Ours is 41. Okay? So Braille is a lot bigger. So I get to his house and there's a huge box there. And it has all my copies of the Quran in it, or all my volumes of the Quran in it. I see this big, huge box, mashallah. So I open it, of course, and I'm thinking, because I'm North American and I'm a bit self-absorbed, as we tend to be, that this is assumedly going to be in English. Because they know that I live here and that I'm from North America and that I would be reading English. Wrong again. I can't read it. And he's telling me to read. The brother's excited and I'm excited, but I can't read the book that he's giving me. I had to actually sit with a Quran teacher and actually learn how to read the Quran letter by letter by letter, and I had to memorize the letters. Now, since I didn't have a paper that says Alif, Ba, Ta, Tha, Jim, Ha, Kha, Dal, Dal, Ra, Za, Sin, Shin, Sad, and so on, I had to learn from the Fatiha. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. You had to spell the whole Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim out. Ba with a kasra beside it, Sin, and then there's, I believe it's a tanween in the middle. Mim with a kasra beside it, and then you have a space, and you have Alif, Lam, and a shadda on the other Lam with a fatha, and then Ha with a kasra, and so on and so on. And he spelled the whole thing out to me, and I had to learn, okay, this is Ha, this is kasra. E makes the Ha go from Ha to He. Bismillahi ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. All these letters, all the way up until غَيْرِ الْمَغْضُوبِ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. I had to learn the Quran like that. So then what I would do is, he would tell me the letter, that this is Alif, and I'd write it somewhere with the Braille machine. This is Lam, I'd write it somewhere with the Braille machine. This symbolizes it. I think it's Tanween, Allah Musta'an, I don't know exactly the name of the symbol that joins the things together. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, after the Al and the Hamd, which joins it together. Anyway, I just know that that's what it does. I think it's Sakin. Anyways, Allah Musta'an, you guys will know. So I had to learn the Quran like that, letter by letter by letter by letter by letter, and then write the letters down, and then learn how to put the letters together. But I remember there's one ayah that I read and I heard before. يُسَبِّحُ الرَّعْدُ بِحَمْدِهِ وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ مِنْ خِيفَتِهِ. We have a thunderstorm out here. Wow, it's thundering and light. I don't know if y'all heard that. يُسَبِّحُ الرَّعْدُ بِحَمْدِهِ وَمَلَائِكَةُ مِنْ خِيفَتِهِ. I guess that means our dua is accepted, right? اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وعافنا واعف عنا واهدنا تبل السلام. اللهم أكرمنا وعلمنا وهدنا. اللهم ادخلنا في الجنة النعيم وأجرنا من النار والجحيم. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وعافنا واعف عنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار. ربنا إننا آمنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وقنا عذاب النار. So we're just making dua, right? I am just spur of the moment because it's raining outside and it's Ramadan, so it's pouring out here. Masha, I don't know if y'all could hear that or not, but it's really raining outside. That's great. So anyway, what was my... I learned the Quran letter by letter by letter, and I remember hearing this ayah. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّلْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ. That the Quran is easy to learn. But who amongst us will learn it, And it really is mental. If you personally believe that the Quran is hard, then it will be hard. You're going to make it hard. Perception is your reality, right? So understand that and you don't have to be able to read like a sheikh or like Basit or like Husari. It's great if you can. Or even someone like me. You don't have to be able to read like that. Just as long as you can open your Quran and understand what your Lord is saying to you. Hopefully without the use of an English translation. Inshallah. And I'm all for that. I think English translations are great. Or translations of any kind are great. But I think that we also need to learn the Arabic. And we need to really understand that this is the language that Allah chose to speak to us in. So it's very important that we take this Quran and we understand that this is the speech of Allah, especially in this month. Use it to be a source of, a starting point for you. Every night you hear the Quran. Go home, understand where you are in the surah, understand where you are in the speech of Allah, and just learn it and read it. And start like I did. I'm not Arab. I'm a trailer park boy from Eastern Canada. I grew up in Nova Scotia. I'm a blind person, quote unquote. I have all the reasons to not read this because it wasn't given to me in my language, and it wasn't something that my culture taught, and all these different stuff that people say. I'm disabled. I could use all the excuses in the world, quote unquote disabled, but I don't, and you shouldn't either. Allah wants you to know Him. Allah wants you to know and have a relationship with Him. He loves you, subhanahu wa ta'ala. But it's not going to happen without sacrifice. Sometimes you have to learn what the one who loves you has to say. And if someone wrote to you and you knew that this was a love letter from the best, most amazing person that you've ever known, you would go and learn it and you would read it. Now this is not from a person. This is from the creator of all people. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, literally the one who gave you your life, the one who gave you your existence, the one who gave you everything that you have, and the one who knows your innermost secrets. And He's given you a book, this Quran. It's a book wherein He speaks to you, and He reminds you of His mercy, and He warns you of His punishment. He reminds you of paradise, and He warns you against falling into hellfire. He talks to you about the best of His creation, which is the prophets. He reminds you of a day that will come, of Judgment Day, where all will be judged, and all will be sent either one of two places, and that is the hellfire or the paradise. Allahumma ja'alna min alladhina amanu. May Allah make us from amongst those people who are in His paradise. It is really, mashallah, it is raining outside. So I'm going to go. It's Dhuhr time here. Please, like I said, support the links. Be inspired. Don't let this Ramadan go by without it being a springboard into better things to come. Don't just let it go by. Take advantage of it. Please support what we're doing. I'm going to be traveling Thursday, inshallah. I'm going to New Jersey to promote the organization Islam by Touch. If you want to visit them, you can do so, www.islambytouch.com. And then I'm off to Chicago, and some really cool things are planned ahead. So like I said, click the donation links, support what we're doing, and Jazakumullah khair for watching us. Remember us in your prayers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
01022 Shutter.